Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome! Bow, 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 to Kenji's World. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here today. Kenji's World. My gosh, what are the updates? Well, the updates have been Kenji finished a full day of work back on the property yesterday. It was great. Getting back outside, getting back on them tools, using my hands, and all my problem-solving abilities being applied to a very practical and functional place, which I love. So I love building, using my hands, getting out there, stretching our legs, and enjoying the comforts of what we have out there. And that has been fun. Always keep your mind on what the focus is, but as long as you can do that, you can achieve anything. So we were making beautiful cuts yesterday on some nice sleepers. We're going to build a hexagonal seating area that's going to have a beautiful, it's like a 500 mil wide thick tree slab, those thin bits that have been cut. So that's going to be the bench that we sit on, but we're going to have to design this whole seating arrangement that has, like I said, it's going to be made out of like total 18 sleepers that we've been sanding back, and now I've cut all these 30-degree angles so we can have a beautiful little hexagon and try and put it in the right place. Nothing ever works out the way you exactly want it to. There's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a mountain that you must climb. So that was good, and yes, problem solving with another individual. And my friend and I, we definitely get along. We can meet eye to eye, but my God, do we think so differently? Like sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes and many a times, we're thinking very differently. During these processes, day-to-day life, I think so still, just coming at life from a different perspective. And it's always very fun and an enjoyable adventure when you have to try and collaborate with somebody and be able to discuss and share your ideas so that someone else that maybe doesn't think like you, because maybe if you're with your friends and you all get along, you've got this click, explaining stuff is easy. But if you're working with somebody now that there's not just a simple click like that, there's a bit more going on, you have to articulate a bit better. You have to really figure out, okay, where am I with my vision? Where am I standing? And where is that person with this current vision? And how are we trying to align visions right now? That's all it is. It's just trying to attune to it all and trying to align the vision. What's going on? What's wrong? These words that we say are energetic pronunciations of how we can adjust and how we can try and understand that part. We're still not so detailed on exactly what that feeling is. A feeling is a complex grouping of thoughts, memories, ideas, conceptions, and the language has a capacity to bring that out in someone. If they're thinking about it or if they're articulating it, it's great, but if they're not articulating it in a way that we can understand, we can then build this image together, this vision. Because until then, the oscillation stays over here and my oscillation stays here. We're trying to, it's like come together, but falls off, one wave falls off, and what's going on? And then you figure it out. Where's that point where we do meet? Because there is a point that we do meet. And I think my friend and I love that relationship because and it's taken time to build that relationship, to have trust and have faith, but really kind of poke sometimes. Be like, why is that the way that is? And accept that we're not doing it from a mean place, but we're just trying to understand. It may come off a little bit intense sometimes, but I'm getting used to it. When you get over it, you get to kind of go a bit deeper. Someone's being really honest with you. So energetic connections, relationship with life, this was important. And that has been my yesterday. Back to computer life, back to business life again. And it's interesting, man, how it's all turning out, how my passions or my personal pursuits of understanding may now have a more clear place for it to play itself out in, which I guess is how may I describe purpose. That thing that you do every single day, there's something you do very differently to what other people do. It's a very unique you. There can be models within models, as in social situations, circumstance, information, education, parental background, societal backgrounds, social backgrounds that can influence. And there may be some models that are similar, but everyone's going to have a very unique quality to life. And how do you make that sing? How can you find an environment? Because you want to place yourself in an environment, right? It's the environment that's going to be key to your growth. And if you don't have that, how can you cultivate one? How can you have one that you can engage in? Right now, the digital world, I'm not saying that this screen or the digital relationship is ever going to replace human interaction, person to person. They will say they can. They'll one day with the thing and with the thing and with the thing. And I'm like, I just don't give a shit. I bet you all you're trying to do is what we fucking do right now anyway. I'm talking about just this technological superiority sometimes that I can hear. Technology is amazing. Blah, blah, blah is amazing. Look at this tree. I say, can you really understand and replicate what it does and how it engages with its environment? Yes, we can. Yeah, can't do it now. Go down below the soil. Are you then, what do you do? Are you going to create all those microorganisms, the relationship with mycelium, trees, plants, birds, all that whole ecosystem? Come on. Can we look at technology as this thing we see around us, the trees, the skies? Remember, peoples, remember that you are here as a divine creature to enjoy and to be able to experience and grow. You can really add more to this life, to this experience, to who you have come here to be. Just keep adding some spiritual juice, meaning and purpose to that life. So, it's a good life. What's going on? I almost lost my train of thought. But technology, an interesting place. Truth here and now. Ooh. I was thinking about the idea of how, they're trying to merge, or not merge, they have the artificial intelligence, the language models. It's not intelligence, it's an algorithm, but a complex one at that is solving many equations. But still, I wouldn't call it intelligence. Is it free thinking? Is it really making its own decisions? But I think a lot of people in AI will say that it requires a prompt, it requires this, or it's not anything right now. We make the leap to, it's conscious, it's this, it's sentient. But that's quite a leap. And even think, let's say they get it there, then to merge that, and they're trying to do that now with the biological agent, right? With the humans merging. Drill a hole in your skull, mate. Yeah, I don't like my skull that much, but I love internet. I fucking love internet. I want it in my brain. What a funny world we live in. And no thank you, not for me. Anyway, hey, it's all around me. There is a boundary for me, and that's my boundary. Everyone else's boundaries are different, yeah, but I just don't want that stuff in me. But I'm happy to have a relationship with it, because I think it's necessary to have a relationship with it. Understand it. Here I am. I could step back and not play with it, not engage with it, but then it's going to become something that's so far away that I just don't or can't relate with, which was why I think it's important. Because human beings can do certain things, technology can do certain things. Technology is moving really quickly. And I say in quotations because it's moving quickly in relative to a certain understanding of life that we have. But what of spirit? What are the revelations and changes that spiritual revelation can make? What's the paradigms in which spirit is operating on? How quickly can it manifest or create or inspire? Or what's technology trying to do? What's the goal it's trying to achieve? Educate? I can get that from spirit as well. Not exactly what I get from a computer, but something else. And not to say that hasn't come from people that have had divine experiences, that have got tangible knowledge. What is that? I'm just trying to remind everybody, and myself as well, of just how wonderful and how capable, if you just accept that you can, no matter what, with faith in something greater than yourself, that you are being aided and there is a great help. There's not just you. Someone here that really loves you, something that really wants to cradle you. To me, it's the Lord, it's God. To have a relationship with that, and things you can't do. because you can have faith in something else, not just yourself. But have faith in yourself as well, what you are capable of. So, tangents beyond tangents for me today. That's just the nature of things when you do the nature of things. So, relationships. And that's been my 10 minutes for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I would say that it's a crazy life being a human being. It's a crazy life. And I hope that you are not being too afraid of it. It's an intense life. But we can do it. Like, we can do this. The human experience, the human mind, the heart and our soul is so, I think in my eyes, so damn capable of achieving the things that we think we can. And what do we want to achieve? That's what I was going to say. Technology is moving so fast. It can do so many things that puts us obsolete in so many areas. So if that's all going obsolete, what is the most important thing that we need to be doing? Just said the intellect is being taken care of in so many senses. Heart and soul, man. We got to keep the heart and soul here. Because if you don't, then what's all this going to become? It's a reflection of who we are. The society, the earth, your family, your love life. It's all a reflection of who we are. So I'm not just taking responsibility for me, but it's us. All of us. I'm constantly, passively feeding in. Energy is coming into I can't stop it. If you try and stop it, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna get kind of crazy if you try and stop it. That's where all these neuroses come from me. A lack of a flowing and an integrated relationship with the energy. Without it, you get caught up. It's tough, man. The energy is gonna bring stuff out in you. Things that you need to face. But would you rather face it or not face it and live in ignorance for the rest of your life and never growing? Is that better? I don't think so. I'd rather take the pain of growth. It sucks sometimes, but I believe it's better than the pain of regret. The pain of not living up to what you think you're capable of. Oh, it hurts. That's the challenge every single day. Can I live up to the person I want to try and be, or I'm inspired to be, wherever that may be coming from, internal, external, wherever. So it's important. Peace and love. Be well. Look after yourselves. And I'll be seeing you again tomorrow.